So let's go on a little bit of an imagination experiment, you and I. I want you to imagine that you walk into your favorite fast food establishment. For the sake of this scenario, we'll say it's Taco Bell, right? No other reason. You order your favorite quesadilla or taco or wrap or whatever it is you want to get. For me, usually it's 2 Frito burritos and then 2 shredded chicken little quesadillas for $1. But you have them take out the sauce. You have them put onion in that bitch. And possibly maybe, depending what special they have, I'll get that. And a freeze. Whatever sour freeze they have. That's my Taco Bell usual, you know? So let's imagine that happens. And you make your order. And at the end they ask you, hey, do you want any sauce? And you say, yeah, as a matter of fact, I would like some sauce. And then they say, oh, we're sorry. We actually don't have any sauce. And then you take out your gun and you start shooting the Taco Bell. Well, fear not, folks. That's just a fictional situation. That's never going to happen. Hey, prank alert, prank alert. That actually happened. Lack of hot sauce prompts shooting at Taco Bell. You guys know that I talk about Taco Bell fairly often. Not only here, but on the other channel. We talk about Taco Bell almost on a regular basis here. And Taco Bell happens to be my favorite restaurant of all time. And I don't mean that in the sense of like fast food. I mean that in the actual sense of the word. Taco Bell is my favorite restaurant of all time. Bar none. They have the greatest value for your buck here. And in Oklahoma, apparently lack of hot sauce prompts shooting at Taco Bell. So let's read this article. I just saw this today and I thought, you know what? I'm going to make a little bit of a PigCast. You guys leave in the comments below what name you'd want for this. I do have a more official podcast coming, hopefully with some buddies of mine that we're going to do an official thing. But, you know, this is just for the time being. So you guys name whatever you want. So here we see, sorry, it's the Comtrex. Police are searching for a man who reportedly fired several shots through a Taco Bell drive-thru window after he didn't get the Taco Bell sauce he asked for. It happened at Taco Bell in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, according to K4, which seems to be the aggregate news of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. You know what I never understood? I never understood this idea of we're going to name the state. Let's say it's Florida, right? But we're going to have a city called Florida City. So here you have Oklahoma, and then you have Oklahoma City. Did you run out of names? Are there... is there a scarcity of names where you couldn't come up with something else, but you had to come up with the name of the Florida City, Florida is my favorite one, and people avoid it because of the population of people that could steal your stuff. So here, let's continue reading this. It says it appears that there was some type of confrontation with an employee through the drive-thru. A man was complaining about not getting enough sauce or not getting any taco sauce and was very upset. Sergeant Gary Knight with the Oklahoma City Police Department told K4. Police say the suspect got out of his car and then came inside the Taco Bell. The employees were unable to lock themselves in a bathroom. Were able to lock themselves in a bathroom until he left. Authorities say it isn't clear what the suspect did in the Taco Bell, why the employees were hiding. No arrests have been made. So this guy's at large. This Taco Bell bandit is at large for shooting up a Taco Bell because they did not have enough hot sauce. Let's see if there's another article here. Newsweek. I hate Newsweek, but you know they do have maybe some further details of the story. So police said staff heard the man banging around inside the store. That's exactly what I'd do as often if I was in that situation. I would do two things. I would try to have sex inside of the store with whoever was in there, and then potentially try to make myself whatever food is there. So I'd go in the back and try to make myself a quesadilla. Make something wild. Make a quesadilla with some of the chips, the tortilla chips. Put that inside. Bring that disgusting sort of a press that they have and use that. I'd be going wild. I'd be making my own recipes in there. So according to the affidavit, the suspect told law enforcement officer, "We got in a fight in the garage and I killed him in his sleep." Oh, okay. So I skipped. All right. So I skipped a large portion of this article because that really went nowhere in accordance to the story. So here it says, in other recent Oklahoma news, a teenager was charged with the murder of his father in early December. See, that makes sense. and then that previous sentence was tied into there. I thought the story got real fast. But allegedly, yeah, the only information here is that the man was banging around the restaurant and that they locked themselves in the bathroom in the early hours of New Year's Eve when a man fired a gun through the drive-through window over a missing portion of hot sauce. You know, anytime they ask me, do you want some hot sauce at KFC? That's not KFC. They're all owned, by the way, by the same aggregate company. I think it's Yum Foods, that they own Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, which, funny enough, I have some in my house currently, and Taco Bell, that they're all owned by the same company, which is why they all use Pepsi products, because Pepsi is the overall, I think, owner maybe of Yum Foods, or it's still like a part of whatever corporation thing they have there. But Yum Foods is the conglomerate with Pizza Hut, and they use the same cheese. That's a little bit of a life hack that I've learned from a couple people that worked at Taco Bell and Pizza Hut. They use the same cheese on the Pizza Hut that they do on your tacos. He said this as if that would be disgusting, and as if that would be enough to steer me away from enjoying Taco Bell and enjoying Pizza Hut. Now, man, if anything, it's made me appreciate it more, because now I know that ordering a pizza, I'm getting a little bit of that Taco Bell grease cheese in there too. Now, I do work out on a regular basis. I don't want you to think that I'm just eating awful food and then just being stagnant. I work out on a daily basis, and my insides are probably completely blackened with gristle and grease, but at least the exterior is presentable, apart from the short stature. But that I blame my mom. So yeah, that's pretty much the story here, man. That kind of sucks. This guy comes in for hot sauce, but you know, I was about to make a point about that. I never get hot sauce at Taco Bell. I think the hot sauce is disgusting. It doesn't add anything to anything. Usually the food is able to stand on its own. I don't understand what's a necessity to order hot sauce. I don't want to make assumptions. I don't want to make assumptions and say that the individual was an African American. I don't want to say that. I really don't. But I mean, you know, I can't think of a lot of people that would be that upset that there wasn't hot sauce. And the story is still wishy-washy. They don't know if there was no hot sauce and that they just didn't have any hot sauce, which makes sense because it is on a holiday. So maybe they didn't get a shipment or whatever. Or that there was little hot sauce, or the not correct hot sauce, the one that he asked for. Because I have to imagine, what if this guy walks in and he says, yeah, let me get some hot sauce. Give me the Diablo. And they're like, I'm sorry, sir, we don't have Diablo. We do have mild and hot, though, if you want those. And he goes, fuck you. And he starts shooting up the Taco Bell because they didn't have his specific hot sauce. I think that would be more insane than anything else. But this guy's at large, man. This guy's at large. So if you're in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, I would be definitely afraid of this individual. I would not go to Taco Bell, at least for the next couple of days. You know, wait for it to die down. Even though the likelihood of this individual going back to a Taco Bell. Oh, sorry, that was speaking of Taco Bell. So the likelihood of this guy hitting up another Taco Bell. That's another thing I never understood. My parents were particular. Whenever there was some sort of incident that took place at whether it was a mall or a store, they're like, don't go back there. Don't go back there. As if the guy's just going to come back with a gun, with the added security, you know. He's just going to risk it and say, you know what, I'm going to try it again. It didn't work the first time. I'm going to give it another college try, and immediately get arrested. Oh boy. So that's the story. I don't have much of an update. I just have the story to tell you guys. The story came out not so long ago. It actually came out maybe a couple hours ago. I feel like I had to talk about it because it was a nice fitting end to 2018 that this individual, you know, decided to pretty much shoot up a Taco Bell because of his lack of hot sauce. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys are having a wonderful second of the year. It's already the second. Already starting off to a wonderful year. Make sure to subscribe and do all the things that people do, I guess. Oh boy, I'm going to go figure out different ways to ingest Airheads gum while simultaneously trying not to be depressed.